Okay, I set the bar nice and low for Barry Blood, our local author, humorist, and genius. He's our headliner for this evening. And he's apparently gone shopping.
Oh boy. Listening to those bathroom stories from Marge, I think I forgot about 30% of my lines. 2 years ago, I stood up here and I told you that this would be the last curtain call for the Little Nell show. And then a few weeks ago, Whitney came up to me one day after church and batted her eyes a couple times. And she said, "We'd like to have you do the Little Nell show again." And I don't remember exactly what I said, but it must have been something like, "Oh, Krishna, that sounds like a great idea." I'm not even sure I can physically do it again. But those of you who have seen it before know there's a lot of physical activity. That was 2 years ago. I'm 4 years older now.
How old are you?
You laughed at that, but I'll tell you what, when you get into your 80s, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, I know that many of you have seen the Little Nell show before, but some of you haven't. So I owe you a bit of an introduction to it, and it'll be a little refresher for those who have seen it before. The first thing you need to know is that this skit was written for 4 actors. 4 actors. But I can't get anybody to work with me on this. So I end up having to do it myself. I asked my wife again, my trophy wife. I asked her again, she just smiled. She didn't even answer me because she knows that I know that her answer is no. And I asked several of you folks this time, by the way. You know who you are. And nobody would help me, so I've got to do it myself. Another thing you need to know is this is about the most stupid skit you ever seen in your life. It's ridiculously stupid. So I make this deal with you, and this goes for the newbies and the ones that have seen it before. If at any point during the presentation you feel you've had all the stupid you can take for one night, I want you to feel free to get up and leave. Okay? I know what it's like because I know the whole, in fact, there's a couple places where I might get up and leave with you. Okay? So, feel free to leave. I will understand. I'll be offended, okay? But I'll understand. Now, there's one more thing that we've got to do to make sure we're straight with the law. The FCC, I think the FCC hasn't been closed down yet, has it? So I need to tell you that this skit is rated XXX. There will be some adult language, and there will be some nudity. Actually, I'm kidding. There's no adult language. I want to point something out here to you. This isn't in the script, but I want to point this out to you. About 3 minutes ago, I mentioned to you that I was going to be doing this skit by myself. One person, just me. Then a minute ago, I told you there was going to be some nudity. And what did you do? You laughed. You know, old men have feelings too. I was hoping for something like, oh wow, this is going to be exciting. But you laughed. Well, I'm going to let it go this time. Okay, now I've got to set the stage up here for this. Will just take a couple of minutes. You can talk among yourself if you want to. And I'm going to set the stage up so that we'll be ready for the saga of Little Nell. Now, and when I'm setting up the stage, when I go to each of the spots, I will introduce the character to you so that when you see them during the show, you'll know what their purpose is, who they are. It's not hard to remember these things, but I like to tell you about them. Now, the first person you're going to meet is a man named Farmer Brown. Now, where's the front of this damn thing? Farmer Brown lives on a family farm just outside of Cottonwood, Alabama. Cottonwood is located between Tallahassee and Pensacola, about halfway between, just up above the Alabama and Florida state line there. He lives on a farm that's about 135 acres. It's been in the family for 150 years. That goes all the way back to the Civil War time. It's always been a dairy farm until just a few years ago. Mr. Brown, or Farmer Brown, had a friend that had a dairy farm, and his name was Chuck Stiers. And Chuck sold his dairy farm and moved to Florida and is living the life of Riley. Now, some of you younger folks don't know what that means. You go home and Google it, and then you'll see what it means. And so Farmer Brown, he sold off his cattle so that he doesn't have the dairy farm anymore, but he just couldn't leave the farm. So he's still there. He put a little over 100 acres of the farm into a new product called a pecumber. Now, a pecumber is a hybrid between a peanut and a cucumber. It's got a hard shell, and you have to crack that open, and then the cumber is inside there. You can get them at Publix. Chris and I like to slice them up and put it on a salad. But you can't get them in the produce department. You have to ask for them because they keep them in the freezer in the back, in the cooler, really. They can't put them out in the produce area because they draw flies, something terrible. And we're not talking about the little house fly. We're talking about those son of a guns that are as big as your thumb, with blue flies. So they'll go get you a sample, and they'll give it to you. It's in a plastic bag. It's sealed. You have to take it to the far end of the parking lot to try it because of the flies, One sad thing you need to know about Farmer Brown, he lost his wife about 3.5 years ago. It was a terrible accident. They say she swallowed a poison frog. And couple days later, she started hopping around the house. And that kept getting worse every day for 6 or 7 days, and on the 8th day, she croaked. I told you it was stupid. Okay. All right, so that's Farmer Brown. Now, the next character you're going to meet is, they call her the star of the show. I don't know why, but they do. It's Little Nell herself. Now, little Nell ran away from home, the farm. She's Farmer Brown's daughter, by the way. And she ran away when she was 16 years old. That was a little over 2 years ago. She's 18 now. If she was turned 18, I think it was the last week of October last year. And she was the sweetest, nicest thing before she left, but somehow she's developed a heck of an attitude. She's really, well, she ran away with this character that came to town. I can't stand the guy. He's a terrible person. You'll meet him here in a minute, but I don't think you'll like him any more than I do. He came to town and said he wants to be an actor. Now, what the heck he's doing in Cottonwood, Alabama, if he wants to be an actor, I don't know. But he says he wants to be an actor. Personally, I don't think he could act his way out of a wet paper bag, but he'd probably try. You'll meet him. Well, in fact, you might as well meet him right now. Well, goodness gracious here. Well, this is little Nell's boyfriend. His name is Alfonso Whiplash. You may remember that name Whiplash because his father played on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Snidely Whiplash was his father. But I'm telling you, Snidely played the part of a villain, and this guy makes him look like a Cub Scout. I mean, he's just a terrible person. I don't like him, you won't like him, and you have my permission when he comes on screen. If you want to boo and hiss and things like that, just go right ahead. He's not here yet. Feelings. But don't throw sharp objects, okay? Because remember, I'm the only one up here. Okay, now there's one more character that you're going to meet, and he plays the part of the local deputy sheriff. Now, he doesn't like to be called deputy sheriff. He wants to be called the constable. This guy, you may know him too, because he also played on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. It's none other than Dudley Do-Right. Dudley Do-Right of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And I'll tell you though, it was a strange thing. When that show, the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, closed down, of course, Dudley was out of a job. So he was looking around, and it happened to be that this show was hiring a deputy sheriff at the same time, so he tried out for it, and he got the job. That's a good thing. The bad thing is his agent, I don't know, I'll never understand this, his agent requires that when Dudley comes on the scene, every time he has a line, there has to be a musical interlude that comes before he will say his line. And it's the strangest, ugliest, nastiest thing you can ever imagine, but I don't have any choice. I have to perform it. So you'll have to go through it with me. I don't like it, but it's just the way it is. Okay. Now that's the characters. Now what I want you to do, I want you to imagine that you're in a huge, beautiful auditorium, a beautiful theater, like the Fox Theater up in Atlanta, or the one in St. Louis. Beautiful theater, large auditorium, a big balcony in the back, beautiful filigree on the top of the pillars on the side, box seats on both sides all the way down to the stage. Beautiful place. And the people were coming in. They've heard about this last final final last curtain of the saga of Little Nell. And they've come from far and wide. They're all dressed just to the hilt. The women, it looks like they've been in the beauty parlor all afternoon getting their hair done and all. And beautiful gowns and everything, and they've got these, every one of them's wearing these industrial strength push-up bars, you know. The men are all wearing tuxedos, you know, and a white bow tie, and they're all sitting around, talking around, and they're kind of milling around, waiting for the show. They're getting anxious. They want to see it. And suddenly the house lights begin to dim, and everybody starts taking their seats. It starts getting quieter and quieter, and everybody is sitting there, and it gets so quiet. It gets so quiet.
How quiet was it?
Well, I knew you'd do that. It gets so quiet that you can hear a baby fart. I like that line. And then suddenly the curtain slowly starts, a big velvet curtain that goes from side to side of the stage, and it starts to open on the saga of Little Nell. It was a dark and stormy night when my Nellie went away. I never shall forget it till my dying day. She was sweet 16 and the village queen, the prettiest dang girl that the valley's ever seen. The farm ain't the same since Nellie went away. The roosters won't crow and the hens won't lay. So in this winter, I'll hang a light. Oh, hell, there's no place to hang a light here. I don't even have a light. Forget that part. 40 below zero. Good grief, what a night. Knock, knock, knock. Paul. Knock, knock, knock. Paul! Knock, knock, knock. Paul! Oh, Coot's gone deaf since I went away. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Well, who's that knocking at my door? Why, it's me, Paul. Don't you know your little Nellie anymore? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Well, where's that actor fellow that used to call you honey? Old MacDonald. He left me. He was a slick-tongued daddy, and he lied with ease. He had more women than a dog has fleas. He left me the night I was most forlorn. The very same night, oh my goodness, the very same night my little baby was born. Isn't she cute? She said, what? What did I name? I named her Asphydia. 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 I don't care if you don't like it. It don't matter. It's her name. It's not your name. I call her Assie. He left me the night I was most forlorn, the very same night my little Assie was born. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Is that your baby? Does he think I'd come out here in minus 40-degree weather with somebody else's blood rat? Yes, it's my baby. Well, it's the spitting image of your poor dead mother. But you can't stay here with that there child. Oh, Father dear, you're driving me wild. Oh, MacDonald had a farm. E-I. Hark! Hark! What light? What light through yonder window pane? I wrote that part myself. It's Shakespeare. I like Shakespeare. I always wanted to do Shakespeare. But they won't even give me an audition. No, they make excuses. They say I'm too tall, I'm too old, I wear glasses. They just always got some reason why not. I want to do Shakespeare because that's where the money is, you know? There's no money making doing this crap here. Hark! What light through yonder window pane? It looks though someone is coming up the lane. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my God. Oh, go on, get out of here. I'm the star of this show. What are you trying to talk about? Ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hardy tardy, me young lady. I've come here tonight to get my baby. Ha, ho, 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 ho. La, 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 la. Well, you can't take my baby. Oh, yes, I can. You can't. I can. Can't. Can. Old MacDonald had a farm. Yeah. Well, hold it there, pilgrims. What's all that noise out there on the porch? Sounds like a mule. Oh my God, this is a bar they don't like. I don't know. My God, I don't know how this is going to work out. That's the stupidest damn thing I ain't no mule, you gosh darn fool. Can't you tell by the badge? I'm the constable. What's all this ruckus, pray tell? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Well, he ain't done right by my little Nell. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, yes, I have. La 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 la. Oh, no, you hain't. I have. You hain't. Have. Hain't. Three, four. Well, you both done wrong, it seems to me. So I fine you each. Let's see here, there's a 6 and a 7 times 7 is 3, and you carry a 1. I fine you each $1.83, which goes to show the price of sin. Let's make sure you never do it again. Ba-da-da-dum-ba-bum, bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. What's the matter, honey? You're hungry? Well, you're hungry? Well, you're just going to have to wait. Honey, you're going to have to wait. I'm not going to flop a boob out right here in front of these people. Thank you, folks. Thank you. That's it.
You could have a heart attack up there, man. You were terrific.
We're still on air.
So that was the last curtain call for Little Nell. Or was it? What? All right, that is our last act for the evening.